Hello, 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 hello. Rock universe, rock nerds, vinyl nerds, etc., etc. Ooh, mm. You'll have to excuse me because I've just got back from a foreign adventure, which got pretty nasty. But that's another story because we're here to talk about the great Pufters of Rock. Is there anybody there? We're going to give you something. We're going to give you something good. And we're going to give you a bit of a history lesson as well, because I'm here to educate people. You know what? I'm not one of these lefties that like lies to people about everything. I'm kosher, me. I'm kosher. Here we go. Here we go. Where are you, Dave Clark? Here he is. Before the operation. Better than the Beatles. That's a great dance. You'll always be. Well, he can drum better than old Ringo, can't he? Hey, Mr. Eminem, how you doing? Don't worry, we're going to have some more fun with Dave Clark shortly. Now, your American viewers ain't going to be so familiar with this, but Dave Clark was a competitor, the Dave Clark 5, I'm sorry to say. He was competition for the Beatles at one point, or the band were. And I don't know if that was true in America. I think they were a bit flash in the pan in America, weren't they? See, they never changed, though. They said the same shit all the way through to the 70s. Sounded like anything from 1970 by Dave Clark sounded exactly the same as anything from 1964 from Dave Clark 5. He used the excuse that the Beatles had the luxury of 24-hour, 7 days a week recording studio nonsense, which I don't think is an advantage really, because if you've got, like, say, 5 hours to get the job done, you're going to get it done. If they say, we'll finish this tomorrow, maybe next week, and we'll just go in and smoke some blow and get wasted and get a few people blowing bubbles around us, you're not going to get fuck all done, are you? Which is why probably the Beatles' catalogue did get very messy after, well, 1967, really. After Pepper, it all got a bit messy. Yes, you're scheduled. I'm not going to be here too long, but part of the reason I'm here is to be educational, Mr. Eminem, and also to complain about Record Crate because he's a psychopath. No, I don't know, because all I keep seeing all the time, and I don't know where this started, but it is so fucking boring. What's the last 7 albums you played? I mean, you could just pick up 7 albums. I don't mean 7 albums. You're just going to pick 7 albums that you want to talk about, aren't you? You're not going to pick like, oh, I'll just play these 7. Because who plays 7 fucking albums? It's stupid. Let's talk about secret pufters of the rock world. Hello, AZ Mick, Arizona Mick. Arizona. What a beautiful place. What a lovely place with the Joshua trees and and the wonderful, beautiful, bright city of Phoenix, Arizona, with airport. Listen, about Dave Clark, I want to tell you, Dave Clark has never admitted publicly that he's a pufter, but he is a pufter. And also, I'll tell you something else about him. He had to be interviewed right up until the mid 90s with a darkened room, because you think, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Now, I knew this gay guy who worked in the theatre, and he was always coming up with the gossip and who he'd been fucking and everything. You know, all the names I could tell you. One day I will tell you the names he'd been fucking. Well, I mean, if you're interested in extras from the fucking bill and shit like that. But anyway, Dave Clark is a ponce, a poofter, a homo, a queer, right? But he won't admit it. But you just look at his acceptance speech. He wanted to go up Tom Hanks's bottom. Well, it's wonderful to have. This is his eyebrows now, because what happened to him was he had this hideous early form of cosmetic surgery. I'm not quite sure what went wrong, but anyway, it looks like he's glued his hair on now, and they've stuck two really ridiculous eyebrows on it, make him look like Mike Raven from the old Hammer films. In fact, he'd look quite good with one of those big black capes like Dracula wore, wouldn't he? You're entitled to your own opinion about not to create any more. What is he all buddies with you again now? No, I'm complaining. You know why I'm complaining? Because the fucker, he's. I am the vinyl president, am I not? And the fucker blocked me. He wouldn't let me join in with the conversation, which was admittedly fucking. I'll tell you what, he might not have burnt down his record shop, but I'm going to send round the clan to do it. Because I know where you live. I know what part of the country you live in. It's full of people like that, isn't it? And who are the other people? Uh, who else lives in North Carolina? John Denver. Oh, no, he died, didn't he? Oh, I tell you something. My mask up because I've been in foreign shores for a week. I I haven't worn my mask, but I didn't wash it. So it smells of hemp. Oh, it's lovely. Because I ran out at the moment, you know. I mean, I don't smoke hemp, but I like the smell of hemp. And it's sort of like an after effect of, you know, having a bit of weed and yeah. All right, so Mr. Eminem. I will, Mr. Eminem. I will. This is disrespectful. I mean, I understand Mr. Mayo's worried I'm going to say something, so he has to block me every now and again. But I will not be blocked by the likes of him, especially not people who come up with crummy ideas like 7 albums. I think it's the most ridiculous thing. And why am I talking about him and Dave Clark 5 in the same breath? Oh, and you know, there's more news about Herman and his hermits. Now, I've got to tell Matthew Street something about Herman because, as you know, Herman and his hermits were very, 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 very big in America. In fact, they were bigger than the Beatles at one point. And uh, although Peter Noone has been going for many, many years, it doesn't mean to say that he didn't kill a member of Herman and his hermits. He said to that bloke, and I don't know, can't remember his name, but he says, and it broke their hearts, and one of them died of a heart attack in poverty. So he might have looked like a young John F. Kennedy, and this is probably why they were so popular in America at that particular point. But you know, you might have seen him and thought, what a cheeky chappy that Herman is. There's a dark side to Herman. Just remember that. Woke up this morning feeling fine. And there's something special on my mind. Let's have a bit of Herman. No, let's have a bit more Dave Clark. We're talking Dave Clark here. Right, what's this song? Oh, here we are. Introduction to. Oh, no, we don't want that. Let's see. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Please, please, please. Sorry, I've taken my. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. More Dave Clark for you. Yeah, in your own time. You say that you love me, say you love me all of the time, all the time. You say that you need me, say you need me. You'll always be mine, always be mine. I'm feeling right all over you now. Right all over, baby, I'm right all over. I put a stop to that. Oh, this is a good one. Grocer Jack, get off your back. It's just gone into that, so what can I do? Oh, all right. It's got a mind of its own, this phone. It's a shit video. Oh, there he is, Keith West. I always thought this song sounded a bit like Postman Pat and his black and white cat. Here you go, here you go. Postman Pat and his black and white cat. All right. We'll come back to the music in a minute. Let's see what he's been talking to me. Music chatter, music clatter. Old people music. Well, we are talking about fucking 60s, aren't we? Right. I suppose Byers is still stuck on bloody Record Crate's channel, is he? Waiting for him to show up. He's evaporated. I thought, oh, let's investigate what's going on. And he'd evaporated. He'd gone. All the greats were waiting for him. Michael Elliott, Mr. Mayo. I don't know what you're all waiting for because the bloke's got nothing to say. And talking of blokes who've got nothing to say, I mean, I don't use props. I've got, he's got a whole fucking record store of props. I got nothing. All I got is my tobacco, my Rizzlers, my telephone, and my pussy. Anyway, right. I've got 8 people now. Who are you? Identify yourself, friend or foe. Friend or foe. I will accept all foes here because I'm not the sort of wanker. I'm your president. I won't block any of you. You can say what you want. I'm not a big girly who wets his knickers every 5 minutes. Oh, he's just said I don't like your Ink Spots album. Oh, I'm going to go away and die. Oh, music chatter. I don't know if you're a young person. If you're a friend of that bloody gamer, I'm sorry, I'm not here for that kind of audience. You know what I mean? Young people are welcome, but young people, they've got to be respectful to us older communities that know the older music. Have some respect for your elders at once. No, I won't block Haunted Gamer. Why should I? I don't think he'll have any interest in this channel, though. Where is he? Is he on Instagram? What's the time? I can talk to you for another 20 minutes. You know, just until Record Crate gets his channel fixed. Oh, here. You know what, music chatter? I learned the truth at 70 that love was meant for beauty queens and high school girls with white skins. I don't know. Oh yeah. But 17 is a good age. You know what? When I was 17, I was fucking all the girls all the time, man. I couldn't get enough of it. Trouble is though, AIDS had just broken out about this time, so of course a lot of the girls they was, oh no, I can't. Oh no, you know no. And I says, listen, I've only had sex with 25 girls. You're not going to get nothing off of me. Oh, music chat. Oh, you're messing with me. You're messing with me. Oh, come on, give me a 70s record now. A 70s number one in Britain immediately. Who's Brian, for fuck's sake? Who's Brian? Your music chat. I hate all this first name peoples. Oh, hello, Joe. Oh, hello, Andrea. And I was thinking, who are these people? No, they've got look. You've got a name for a reason. That's music chatter. All right. Oh my God, Elliot. Listen, I'm just talking about you. What's this? Him and all the other superstars are hanging around waiting for fucking Record Crate like he's God. He's not. He's got nothing to say. And he blocked me as well because he can't handle the truth. I can. And by the way, Michael Elliott, I've been watching some of your gigs and everything. I mean, you're quite a famous person, aren't you? Uh, what's going on? What's going on? Anyway, we've been talking about the Dave Clark 5, Michael Elliott. Yeah, all right. Hello, Michael Elliott's here. Blah, 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 blah. Music chat is here. And some other people. And three people have given me a thumbs up. That's got to be good, hasn't it? Yeah. Have you heard what I've got to say? Or was it Dave Clark 5 that did it for you? See, sometimes it's a good idea to bring up these other artists. I mean, you know, when I brought up Peters and Lee the other day, and I got some unnatural interest of people for that. It was a bit of a joke, I've got to admit, because you know I don't really listen to shit like that in my spare time. I'm not a music snob. I'm not, but I'm a little bit of a music snob. When I hear people talking about ABBA and fucking ELO all the time, I think, oh, go away, go away. Good time for you people. ah. What was that song that you played in the middle of that gig of that show that I watched yesterday? I don't suppose you'd know though, would you? Because it could have been one of hundreds of videos, Michael Elliott. But there was this really weird song that you was playing. Is it your own song? Did you compose it yourself? Do you make your own compositions? Have you got any albums? Are you as famous as TJR? We've got 9 people here. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm not obsessed about this, but I'm just trying to find out because what I want to do is eliminate who's on here and who's not on here. And I got a pretty good idea who is not on here, if you know what I mean. I was listening to Dave Clark. Yeah. I forgot what is the album like the greatest hits or something? Because it's a bit of a strange name for an album, isn't it? Oh, Blood Vessel. Was you one of the people hiding? Harry Krishna. Harry Krishna. Oh, Mr. Blood Vessel. It was terrible the other day because I wanted to talk to you, but Mr. Mayo blocked me just because I said to be Beetle Babe, and I was giving her some friendly advice. I said, Beetle Babe, I said, you're not welcome on my channel because it's not your scene. That's all I said, and I got blocked again. I mean, he might unblock me. I'm not accusing him, but I am accusing Record Crate. Anyway, who else can I have a bitch about while I'm here? I did see some funny stuff. Oh, Andrew Dixon, right? He's doing this top. He's been doing the top Paul McCartney. You know what I said about the 7 albums being totally pointless and stupid, and don't you dare any of you do it either. And that's an order, right? I'm gonna stamp that guy's ass into the curb. I'm telling you, right? The uh, I don't get him. Oh, what Record Crate or Mayo or Harry Krishna or Dave Clark 5? Anyway, do you want to see what Dave Clark 5 looks like nowadays? You'll have to excuse this telephone. It's just been put on there until. Oh! Can I do this? Dave Clark 5. Right. Okay, we've got it. No, not the Kumars. God's sake, stupid thing. Dave. Oh no, not Michael Bolton. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to work this out. God's sakes. Here we go. We got another video coming up, unfortunately.
Here they come again. Catch us if you can. Trying to get a move on. We will yell with all of our might. Catch us if you can. Catch us if you can.
No, my parents always told me not to go around chasing after puffs. Anyway, so it's not a greatest hits album, but we do know one thing. It's got the track Glad All Over on it. 'Cause I'm feeling boom, boom, glad all over. Yes, I'm glad all over. See, what's better, talking about Dave Clark with me, or go and talk about 7 fucking random albums from Music Crate, eh? On your bike. Well, all of a sudden, Michael Elliott, there's been so much talk about Dave Clark 5 that I've got a bit of a soft spot for him, especially because of Dave Clark's mysterious appearance these days. If I could just give me a minute, see if I can find him. It's a horrible picture. I think he's been. Please, just fucking do this, will ya? Can I? Oh, here we go. Dave Clark 5.
According to Wikipedia, the Dave Clark Five, often called the DC Five, were an English rock and roll band formed in Tottenham in 1957.
Where is he? Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I can't operate this frigging thing. I'm sorry to be so moody, but fit to be died. What the hell are you doing here? You've just joined us while we're. Are you a fan? Fit to be tie-dyed's here, everybody. Vinyl Nerd 2019. Hail to thee. Hail to thee. Can I ask you a question, please? Fit to be tie-dyed VN. Do you like Dave Clark 5? Or the Dave Clark 5? I suppose if he was reforming, he could call himself just Dave Clark 5, couldn't he? Without the because that's what ELO's done. Obviously, there's a copyright problem, so he's calling it the ELO, and he's got a really cheap album with a really cheap looking spaceship on it. In fact, I don't think he spent too much more money on his album than what Ringo did. And if you want a little bit of a heads up, the album is so cheap that you can play the music all the way through on your YouTube channel, and it hasn't been registered for copyright yet. Any of the music, so go and make some money out of it. If anyone wants to listen to My Life Is Never Empty because you are always here. Look, what did I say about people talking about people with first names? Look, that's Mr. Blood Vessel. Fit to be tie-dyed, fit to be tie-dyed. Music chatter. Not Paul, Andrew and Philip. Michael Elliott. All right, it's Michael Elliott. But, oh, great. You know, I didn't know if it was you or the other cheek who was talking about Dave Clark. It's difficult to tell sometimes. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what to do, Fit to be tie-dyed, because it's all the rage now talking about Dave Clark. So I think you should get some albums. At least get the same one as Michael Elliott, Glad All Over. I'm sure he'd tell you it's the best album ever. Spencer Davis Group. Who are you, Vinyl Batty? Can I just tell you something? I've been listening to Spencer Davis today. Very good. Very good. One of the best songs of the 60s. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. So glad we made it. So glad we made it. You better give me some loving. Yeah, we're going retro and we're going to go down the Buckinghams. Was it you talking about the Buckinghams that time? Difficult to say. Oh, but I'll tell you what, it was Matthew Street talking about Herman and his hermits. I've just been talking bad about Herman because the man's a bastard. Oh, so anyway, let me just see some of this. Yeah. Mr. Eminem, do you like Dave Clark 5? If you just give me 1 minute, I'm going to show you what Dave Clark looks like now. If I take the 5 off. Oh, that's it. Dave Clark.
According to Wikipedia, David Clark is an English musician.
Oh. I'll do this again. Dave Clark.
According to Wikipedia, David Clark is an English musician, songwriter, record producer and entrepreneur.
Here he is. Honestly, it's like something you'd keep in a cellar, wouldn't it? You think he looks bad? Oh yeah, what was I saying? I was having a bit of a bitch, wasn't I, about Andrew Dixon? Listen, Andrew Dixon, if you're watching, I'm not really gonna get, thrashing you with a horsewhip or nothing. I'm just gonna say something here. So don't run down the road crying because you're a big man. You're a bigger man than what I am. Here, in the heart, and cerebrally as well. So, listen, he's been doing this thing about the best Paul McCartney. So, what I was saying about Record Crate Fit to be Tied, I just, the Rolling Stones, no, I don't know. I've just totally gone off the Stones now, man. Totally. Yeah, give me some of loving. Yeah, brilliant. So, just going through these, but I'm trying to juggle 6 conversations at the moment. All right, let's stick with Andrew Dixon then. So, my complaint was Record Crate's blocked me because I've been trying to put my input onto his channel, but he's decided he's going to block your president. This is treasonous behaviour. So I'm just saying his idea, and lots of people have been doing it, which is like makes you not people but sheep. Bah, bah. I mean, if it was a good idea, I could understand you saying, "All right, yeah, the last 7 albums I dragged out. It's such a shit idea. It really is crap. It really is crap. Fit to be tied. I don't do it. If you've done it, I'm sorry, but don't do it. It's a shit idea." And Andrew Dixon's idea was pretty crap as well. It was basically Paul McCartney's best songs through the decades. Now, all right, if he'd said 10 from the 90s, 10 from the 2000s, 10 from the 70s, I'd understand. But he's decided, oh, well, the 80s, I'm going to do 25. The 70s, I'm going to do 25. And top 10 for 90s. Anyway, like, there is no top 10 best songs for McCartney in the noughties, the teens, the 90s. I'd be hard put to get 10 songs down from Paul McCartney that I think are really good. I really would. The 80s, I could come up with 10, but it would be quite hard work. It would be. I think I could do it, but remember that a lot of the 80s was pretty shit for Macca. Really, and I'm including Flowers in the Dirt with that. And the 70s, yeah, you can. So it's not a good idea. Hail to the President, Invisible Ray, and also hail to Fit to be Tie-Dyed, Vinyl Nerd 2019. Blessings be upon him. And if he says that he wants to check out the Rolling Stones this year, I thought you'd be going down a more obscure route, though, Fit to be, because wasn't I hearing you talk about who did grooving? Grooving on a sunny afternoon. Young Rascals. She's talking about bands like that. I thought this is an interesting direction, and like I said, a few months ago, I'm sure it was you talking about Buckingham's, Balding Boomer. That's it. Yeah, the Rascals, or the Young Rascals. Were they the same band? Were they the Young Rascals, and then they got to like 2 years older, and they had graduated to be just Rascals? Oh, Kinks! I've gone off them years ago. Used to like them back in the early '80s, just because when I'd got all my Beatle collection and I was waiting for more stuff to collect, and I had to go out and start buying different music at the time, and I was quite into the '60s, so I got all the number ones and everything. And as well as buying contemporary music as well, because I had to stay in with the kids. I couldn't go out and get laid if I was going to say, "Oh, I'll tell you what. If I put round yours, we'll do the homework, and I'll bring my With the Beatles album with me." No, I don't think any ladies who were in my class would have been impressed by that. However, and they wouldn't have been impressed with Emerson, Lake and Palmer if I brought that round. However, I did have some Hall and Oates music, and I also had my sisters. They had some terrible music, real sloppy shit. And there was a band, there was a duet at the time called Dollar, really nauseating music. I remember I went round this girl's house. They called her the Poison Dwarf. She was quite small, but she was dead. She was a sexy little thing. And I thought, if I can get in her knickers, it'll be an afternoon well spent. Everything was there, everything. She said, "Oh yeah, come round." She said, I said, "Oh well, what about your parents? Are they gonna be hanging around?" No, 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 no. They're at work all day. Yeah. So I popped round there. We sat down, and I said, "Oh, do you want to listen to this Dollar records?" She's listening. "Oh, I like that one. Yeah, I like that one." And I was sitting there thinking, "What a pile of shit this is," but it might work anyway. Just as we was cooking up, we were nice, and I was having a grab and everything. The next thing, the back door's and it's a fucking granny come. "Oh, hello! I did thought I'd pop round and see you," and that was it. End of story. "Oh, who's this? Who's this?" Uh, did I say? Yeah, I did say Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yeah, and I've got nothing against Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but it's not girls' music. Prog rock is strictly for boys. Generally, boys under 17. Clump it up. You got a vinyl, but it is a game. Yeah, you see, you've got to know. You can't turn up with you've got to turn up with the right stuff. You have. For it to be tie-dyed, you are worthy. Definitely. Oh, yeah, I got 200 subs about 2 weeks ago, but then somebody dropped out. But anyway, somebody else has just come in, so now I've got 200 subs. Should I tell you who my 200th sub was? If he stays? I can't actually at the moment for some reason, so sorry. So anyway, we've had a bit of a dig at Record Crate. Just think, should we have a dig at Larry Graves? Because I was watching Mayo the other day, and he was sort of saying that in a polite sort of way that he's not digging their channel. I haven't seen Larry Graves for so long because I just think the man's a complete fucking idiot. I do. I mean, there's a difference between being mildly funny and amusing and just being a complete dickhead. You know what I mean? We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time. I ain't got time for him being all oily with. I mean, I don't want to be rude about people, but it's not attractive to look at, is it? I mean, come on. Who? The Who? I'll talk about the Partridge Family if you want. Oh, yeah, listen, Balding Boot, I can't wait. Look, Mr. Eminem's just told me off for having a bash at Record Crate. At the moment, me and Mayo, we're going for a peaceful time, even though he's blocked me temporarily. So I cannot involve myself in such online hatred, unless it's about Record Crate or Larry Graves or TJR, or should we just throw in Beetle Babe as well because she's a parasite. She's trying to make money off of it. And I've got some very shocking news as well. It's hurt my feelings. But father and son have decided that they're going to put Patreon supporters before everybody else. And my friends, listen to your president. Once you start doing that, you've lost the popular vote. I make nothing, not a nickel. I don't intend to make a nickel. But if you want to pay me, just give me money. I'm quite happy about it. Because like I said, I could have saved Robert Kinsler's marriage if he had just sent me that money for the Beach Boys gig rather than taking his wife and making out he's a musical journalist. Well, I mean, he might be, but I didn't realise cornflakes were giving out like licenses for being a musical journalist. They must be, though. Oh, please, fit to be tied. You have got a position of responsibility now, and Matthew Street will tell you it's not all fun and games. It's not all sipping pims and lemonade at the country club. No, sometimes you've got responsibility, and if you start saying that Larry Graves rules, then I'm afraid to say you may, like Miss World did when she had her title stripped for shoplifting. You may have your title stripped. I'm sorry, anything's possible in this crazy world, and you know what I mean. You are now my man, and we're gonna love Dave Clark together. Oh yeah, thank you very much. 200 subs. What shall I do? I'll throw a party. I'm going to throw an anti-record crate party, and we're going to have a record crate burning. Bring your Beatle merchandise down to the Arndale Centre, and we're going to burn that trash. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pick up all these shit albums, and we're going to burn them in a huge bonfire. Anyway, look, I only come on here because, like I said, I saw that Record Crate couldn't even be fucked up to turn up. Couldn't he be fucked to turn? Couldn't he be bothered to turn up for you lot? And you're all staring at a blank screen. All you greats, not you fit to be tied up because you wouldn't waste your time like that. But I mean, these other boneheads were, and now don't do it. Don't do it unless you want to talk about 7 albums. And I really can't find anything more boring to talk about, except perhaps Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Right. He's my mate. I know he's your mate, and he's also Buyer's mate. And so what? So what? Anyway, listen. I was just trying to think, was there any more news this week? Because, oh, yeah. I've got to tell you something a bit controversial. Now, in England, we've got this, I can't remember her name because I don't really watch this program, but it's a program called Love Island. And it's pretty popular with women and stuff. I've never seen any of it because, you know what I mean? I don't want to see stupid people with like tiny brains talking about nice tits and nice arse and no conversation. It's idiotic. And there was a person who's done the show, and she viciously attacked her husband with an onyx table lamp, and he phoned the police and said she's trying to fucking kill me. Police turned up, said it looked like a bloodbath down there. This person who done it is the presenter of Love Island. She's I can't remember her name now. Some scrag end type of name. But anyway, and she killed herself because they said they're going to proceed with this case, even though the victim has said, "Oh, it wasn't her who done it. No, I fell down the stairs," which is pretty pathetic. But you know, this happens with men and women, and it's domestic violence is a horrible thing. I suffered it with my second wife. She stabbed me, and and what people forget is that it seems to be perfectly all right for women to do it to men, but if a man does it to a woman, and rightly so, they should be taken to court straight away. And there's always a chance that one partner's manipulated the other one to drop the charges. So generally, the police will carry on with this, with or without the victim, and they will force the victim onto the stand. So anyway, she was too much of a coward to deal with that. But after she died, it's all this. Oh, the CPS are to blame. That's the Crown Prosecution Service. Oh, this person's to blame. The TV's to blame. The media are to blame. No, she's to blame because she brutally assaulted a man, her partner, while he was asleep, because she read his text messages on his telephone and saw some other girl had got in touch with him. Now, does that warrant you going up to a sleeping man and smashing him over the head with a very heavy lamp? No, it doesn't. So good riddance, you fucking bitch. That's my obituary to her. Caroline Flack, that's her name. You'll never hear it again. Right. The meter, yes, I totally, you see, you're not going to be disqualified for it to be tie-dyed. You see, he always says the right thing. Like I said, he's a torpedo gliding under the water. Bang! That's it. You just come up the surface like Frog at the end of the Frog song. Oh, Dad! Well, not like that. You're far more handsome. Anyway. Listen, guys. I love you, but I've done my bit now. Hello, Skip. And I must. I'm going to have a bit of an early night tonight because I want to get up for work. And now I'm back in the country. I'm hoping to see my dealer tomorrow. I know it's only a Monday, but yeah. So I will speak to you all later, and it's been a total privilege to have Vinyl Nerd 2019 here. Hooray! Hooray, everybody! Let's hear it for the man, and let's hear it for Dave Clark. Ta-ta for now.